want to make sure that you know about Phonetic Reading with Silent Elephant E's 50% off sale, 50% off parts 1 through 14, the educational posters that go with parts 1 through 14, and the book, My Awesome Grandma, which goes with consonant digraphs. 50% off through tomorrow, the 25th. It occurred to me that I haven't really just shared success stories of Phonetic Reading with Silent Elephant E's success over the last 12 years. You might think to yourself, 12 years is not very long, but when we think about the research of how we learn and how dyslexics learn and how we need to teach dyslexics to learn to read, write, and spell, that research that has told us about this is only about 25 years old. So the fact that Silent Elephant E is only 12 years old means we, Linda and I, created it on that research that tells us how dyslexics learn. This is a very personal journey, Phonetic Reading with Silent Elephant E, for Linda, because her daughter is profoundly dyslexic. And she has this desire that no one should struggle with reading, writing, and spelling like her daughter has, especially now that we have the research that tells us how our three-dimensional thinkers, our dyslexics, learn. Okay, our success stories. It's easy. Every single one of our children have been successful. Every single one. And that makes it even more amazing when you think about that 90+% of our students have been and are profoundly dyslexic. About a fourth of our students had been labeled non-readers. Their parents had been told that they were never going to learn to read, and so kind of adjust your life for that. And their parents sought other help, found Phonetic Reading with Silent Elephant E, and within 2 to 3 years, all of these non-readers were reading above grade level, writing above grade level, spelling above grade level, because they were taught the way they learn. One of our students had, her parents had been told that she was never ever going to comprehend. If she was able to read something, she wouldn't be able to comprehend it. Well, that didn't pan out with Phonetic Reading with Silent Elephant either. She's now a very confident, a very successful student who loves reading. Many of our students have shared that the letters moved around on the page for them. What I mean is the letters would break apart in a word, or they would be all over the page. Sometimes they were large and sometimes they were small. We've had a student who the words ran off the page straight. We had a student who the words ran around the page. Can you imagine what it's like to try to read something when the words will not stay still for you? So the wonderfulness about teaching them the way they learn with Phonetic Reading with Silent Elephant E, on the techniques and strategies that they learned, every single one of them expressed that the letters and words stopped moving. They do not have that problem anymore. One of our students who did not have phonemic awareness could not hear the 3 sounds in cat when she was 14. With Phonetic Reading with Silent Elephant E, in 2 years she was reading on a high school level, from a 3rd grade level to a high school level, and she graduated from college with a double major in neurology and molecular biology, and is now doing cancer research. Phonetic Reading with Silent Elephant E changed her course of her life. She would not have been able to struggle through those courses if she had not had Phonetic Reading with Silent Elephant E. And one of the most fun stories is recently a businessman, successful, very dyslexic, reached out to Linda We got our Phonetic Reading with Silent Elephantese name from the Dyslexics Association, and he wanted help because he did not want to struggle anymore. After 3 weeks, he sat back and said, I have never seen it like this before. What a statement. In a very short time, his brain, and he had to start all over, his brain was already creating those new neural pathways, and he was seeing it in a whole new way. 12 of our kids who were receiving special ed support at their school were removed from special ed roles because they no longer needed that support. They are reading and succeeding far above grade level. They do not need the support, and they were removed from those special ed roles. I don't think that's something that happens very often. So how does all this happen? How did this success of every single one of our students happen? It's because Phonetic Reading with Silent Elephant E teaches their wonderful three-dimensional thinking dyslexic brain to read, write, and spell the way it can learn through activity. They're always engaged. Every single moment they are completely engaged in what they are learning. They cannot do sit and get. And they cannot learn it in isolation. They must learn reading, writing, and spelling together. And it's fun. The activities are creative and fun because learning to read and to write and spell should be fun. Get a hold of us if you have any questions. Remember, the sale goes off tomorrow evening, tomorrow night. Thank you, and see you next time.